I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong.
Davis's corner. So you have Coach Calvin, and Coach Calvin is the head trainer, and you have Coach Kenny, who really specializes on preparing game plans specifically for opponents.
Gervonta Davis has officially reunited with Floyd Mayweather ahead of his highly anticipated rematch with Lamont Roach. Mayweather expressed unwavering support for the young star, calling Davis like a son and reaffirming that he takes no offense to past public comments. For Floyd, the goal is clear. He wants Davis to succeed, to channel more power, more focus, and walk into this fight with the mindset of a champion.
Tank Vince out on social media. He's been through a lot, throughout his life. But I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him. Saturday night we had a game plan. And a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, to me, he's still a kid. And when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong. He got the job done, but my hat off to Ryan Garcia, tough competitor, tough fighter, and the best man.
Inside Davis's Las Vegas camp, recent footage paints a picture of laser-focused intensity. Every movement looks deliberate. Sparring sessions are meticulously planned, showing enhanced stamina, tighter footwork, and mental sharpness. According to insiders, Davis isn't just training, he's evolving. What's unfolding in this camp isn't routine conditioning. It's strategic transformation for the biggest fight of his comeback. Even after their professional split, Floyd publicly praised Davis's ambition. More power to him, he said, words that echoed mutual respect rather than resentment. The bond between them isn't based on contracts. It's rooted in a mentor-protégé relationship. Gervonta's hunger for control over his career met Floyd's respect for independence, a rare alignment in a sport often ruled by ego.
Like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi-millionaire. You meet a kid, he come up to you for an autograph. You sign an autograph for him, then I tell him, in a few years when you get older, I'm gonna work with you and I'm gonna make you world champion someday. Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be great. And if he feels like, his wings, he's grew wings where he can fly, become his own boss.
Mayweather has never stopped following Davis's career closely, especially the discussions around his pound-for-pound status. Floyd has voiced concern that Davis's P4P recognition suffered due to his past affiliation with Mayweather Promotions. But Floyd's message is consistent. Talent should speak louder than affiliations. His advocacy isn't just personal. It's a stand for fairness in the politics of boxing.
Is Gervonta Davis going to go somewhere in the pound for pound? Anui deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Davis? He deserved to be somewhere also in the pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated.
Determined to eliminate all doubt, Davis has reassembled a core team to help build his rise. Familiar coaches, trusted voices, and elite specialists are all back in the mix. They've revisited the mistakes, dissected weaknesses, and rebuilt his strategy from the inside out. Sparring, situational drills, and high-pressure simulations have turned this camp into a pressure cooker of accountability and elite preparation.
Anybody else who is a Gervonta Davis fan nervous watching that fight last night? I was nervous after probably the third round. I was like, I don't know about this. I think we all know Tank takes this fight as serious. In the post-fight press conference, he said saw in the 11th and 12th round, he was going for it, but he couldn't finish because Lamont Roach got his ass and quit. Ball going in, I wanted him to win. I wanted him to win. I don't know if y'all saw what Tank Scenes raps. He didn't bring his head. But one silver lining is that probably not retiring now. You gotta take that rematch. When he takes that rematch, when they do fight again, this fight, Tank's gonna win this handily. He'll probably win it in like the 7th or 8th. But yeah, it wasn't a draw. Tank lost that fight. He took a knee. Strategically, he took a knee. But he took a knee. Tank lost that fight. Unfortunately. But I'm excited for that rematch. I feel like it's probably gonna be the most watched boxing match in history.
The split between Davis and Mayweather Promotions made headlines. It wasn't quiet, and it wasn't simple. Davis demanded freedom. Mayweather offered structure. That friction tested the lines between mentorship and business. But now, their reunion doesn't feel like an apology. It feels like a recalibration, a mutual decision to move forward wiser, united, and with purpose.
I expect to get respect by letting me speak.
Thank you. Floyd, I want to switch gears real quick, man. Gervonta said, I'm not signed to a single soul. So is Tank now a free agent, or is he still signed with Mayweather Promotions?
Well, this is the Mayweather Deji press conference. So I'm here to talk about Dubai. I'm here to talk about entertaining the people, having fun. And I'm not here to talk disrespectful or bad about any fighter. They say America is the land of the free. So we live, we love, and we keep striving each and every day. That's what life is about.
Davis's reconnection with Coach Calvin Ford is more than tactical, it's spiritual. Ford helped shape the early fire that fueled Davis's championship runs. His voice commands not just respect, but trust. Ford knows Davis's rhythm, his rage, and his soul in the ring. His return isn't just a reunion. It's a return to home base.
100% correct. Personally, I had Gervonta Davis up a round. Because whenever you have rounds where nobody's doing anything, I'm not just going to do what most people do. And especially people that don't like Gervonta Davis, which is just give the round to the other guy because Gervonta Davis didn't manage to knock him out that round. Okay, so this is Gary Russell Jr. clearly saying, man, no, I don't think Lamont Roach won that fight. We also had Al Bernstein, and Al Bernstein, I'm telling you, is a very, very straight, fair guy who I don't know if he was on that call, but he used to work with Showtime. I don't know if he was on there. I don't recall if I heard him. I think it was Rolly Ronaldo that was calling it. But Al Bernstein, who was a very, very objective person, said, hey, look, no, sorry to break it to you, but Gervonta Davis won that fight. Yeah, Lamont Roach put up a really good fight, but Lamont Roach was not dynamic. He did not do anything to really separate himself from Gervonta Davis. He just kept it equal. And he just tried to keep it even the entire fight. And that's not enough, again, to take the belt from the champion. Now, I do want to say that the people that thought that Lamont Roach won, I don't have any problem with that. I really don't have a problem with it at all. I personally, again, had a point for Gervonta Davis, but I could see how those swing rounds really could go, depending on who's looking at it, really could go.
Enter Kenny Ellis, a tactician with a sharp eye for in-fight dynamics. While Ford brings familiarity, Ellis brings analytical edge. Together, they form a complete system, emotion and calculation, instinct and structure. Ellis is focused on live-round adjustments, exploiting Roach's tendencies and fine-tuning Davis's ring IQ. With his dual-core coaching team, Davis walks in with both fire and finesse.
Think about the fact that, that Lamont Roach was seen at a basketball game chugging a beer. And I would have added to the question that you see Lamont Roach out giving a bunch of interviews, doing the interview circuit, right? Kind of being a little bit out of character leading into the rematch. Do you think, and this is what Mill City asked, do you think that is something you guys are taking in consideration in preparation for the fight? And what Kenny Ellis said was, look, man, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We know what Lamont Roach brings to the table, and he says that Lamont Roach is, we're not believing that he's out there drinking or blowing up a bunch of weight and all of that. You know, he says what most people say, hey, we're going to prepare for the best version of Lamont Roach that is going to, that'll come for us. But the way that he saw the fight coming out was he said he sees it like the fight before, a lot of really crisp shots landing.
On the other side of the ring, Lamont Roach isn't sleeping. He's approaching this rematch with a cool head and a sharpened edge. Acknowledging Davis's power in his own past lapses, Roach has gone deep into film study, drilling anti-southpaw counters and pressure-resistant footwork. For Roach, this is a secret. It's a reset.
What do you have to do to create enough separation when it's not happening? That's a good question. It's going to be based on my training. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't give me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room. You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you believe that? 100%. Really good boxing. People underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's where people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight. A whole lot, and I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled him. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that...
One controversial moment from their first bout has resurfaced. Davis's fall, long debated as a knockout, now attributed to an irritant from hair product. That twist reframes the fight for Davis loyalists. Not a lapse in toughness, but a technical mishap. It's a small detail with big implications. Davis's camp has zeroed in on cleaner execution, sharper mid-round timing, and eliminating all offering variables.
Good chin. Oh, he got a good chin. If you got a good chin, okay, let's go ahead, let's touch this. The chin ain't the only thing that can get you out of there. There's other things if you can do and then go back to the chin. I won't go into details, but I look at shit different from a lot of people, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a fighter that listens, he's gonna be a hell of a fighter. If he listens to what I tell him, you know? All fighters don't listen, because some missions you put them on. You gotta walk through hell to get it done. Every fighter's not willing to walk through hell. You know what I mean? But the chin is not the only thing to get a fight out of, and the body's not the only thing to get a fight out of. Other shit too, you know? I believe in hurting. You gotta hurt them to get this started, you know?
Petey, thank you for the $2. People were surprised by Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise. Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity, you know?
Jeff Mayweather weighed in on the draw, calling it unexpected but fair. He didn't spin it. He didn't deny Roach's effort. But he firmly backed Davis, calling the result a bump, not a decline. Jeff's voice strikes a rare balance between realism and loyalty, emphasizing that Gervonta must now reassert dominance. He wants to silence the doubters.